Hey everybody, this is Mysterious JG,
I'm Bobo the Vulture.
and we're gonna bring you another variation on Dynasty Warriors. It's something a little different, a little new. We're gonna bring you something kind of maybe help hold you over until there's gonna be an opportunity for Dynasty Warriors 7, the next story mode, to come out. That's not gonna come out quite as early as we'd hoped. So we can give you,
A little bit of glowing Chinese characters.
yeah, because everybody needs more of that.
Yeah. Nice.
This is something that a few people have requested, including
Terracotta Warriors have gone virtual reality.
Bobo earlier today. But
Yes, I did. I requested this earlier today. I was like, hey, we could do that. It's a little breezy indoors, isn't it there, Conley? That is what he can do. That's what he can accomplish by drawing a circle.
make teleport in for battle.
I guess this is just the official theme of Red Hair then, if he's just in that one.
We'll do boost there in spirit killing dudes. Yeah,
Oh, there were cowboys there?
oh wow, CVE's like using CSI technology to track somebody's credit card transactions and find out who killed a hooker in Vegas.
Meanwhile, Zhuge Liang has entered the Matrix. This is Dynasty Warriors 5 VR missions.
Impressive snake.
What, thank you. Hi, Zhang Liao.
Zhang Liao has stolen Snidely Whiplash's mustache and he's ready to make your airline agents work for somebody else in Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires.
Yeah, baby.
So, I don't think I meant to do that necessarily. But, we had a false start with this earlier.
Yes.
We're hoping that things are working, and now we had to play around with some memory cards and get everything going the way it needs to go.
Because apparently, like, this game, you can play it without having any of the other games and stuff, but there's lots and lots of stuff that you have to unlock, and nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, it'd been a while. I didn't realize, okay, for example, folks, played a lot of this game before I started LPing. Figured that, like, you know, if we just played it without memory cards, we wouldn't be able to start off showing you all the awesome gallery art. Like, hey, check it out, it's Cao Cao, Sun Xuan, hey Xuan, Jiao Yuan, Jiao.
Yeah,
awesome,
these
dude.
people,
There's sign. The ladies of Shu are all here, and
fair time.
don't really know what order these guys are going in. These guys are these are all guys who debuted in Dynasty Warriors 5. It might be in the order in which they debuted in the series. So Xing Cai is like the newest other than Freaks, and this is starting over from the beginning somehow. I don't know. But yeah, like stuff like that, I knew I wasn't going to be able to show you. But what we didn't realize is that if you didn't unlock anything and you just start a new game, you really didn't get to choose anything about scenarios. Like you're totally stuck playing the Empire mode Yellow Turban scenario. And we didn't particularly want to do that.
Yeah.
So
We're going to start a new Empire mode game.
dug around, we found some memory sticks.
Empire mode is... It's a blend of Dynasty Warriors 5 with a version of Romance of the Three Kingdoms that's so dumbed and watered down that I might be able to understand what's going on.
It's a little ridiculous. It's not really a strategy game in any real sense, but it's closer to being a strategy game than Dynasty Warriors is. So, I think we had decided that we were. And
I mean, we could do Divided Three Kingdoms and then play as Shu if you wanted to, but like we
were gonna do like we were just gonna do one with like completely random map.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll show you folks how it works. Basically, if you get this game and you play it for yourself, you have to do the Yellow Turban Rebellion before you can unlock any other scenarios, and you do them one scenario at a time until you've unlocked everything. Gathering of Heroes is there, but initially all you can do is any created officers you've made in the edit mode you can use here. Otherwise,
you have to start with Yellow Turban Rebellion. And if you click on the Yellow Turban Rebellion, like it'll load up the map and you can see the forces are all where they would have been, and when is that, 184 AD or something?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, you've got Zhang Jiao has 3 territories, and they're split off from each other. Zhang Man Shang and Bob Zhang are separated from the rest of Yellow Turban territory by Cao Cao and Sun Jian. Sun Jin. You got little forces like Yan Baihu. Yan Baihu is like bitter enemy of Sun Jin when Wu starts getting established down here later on. And
and then in the south...
You got Yuan Shao and Liu Biao, although he's not selectable. This is the force for which Liu Kong would be an officer, ultimately.
In the future, yes.
In the future, got Liu Zhang, the laughingstock of future peoples. That's here hanging out in Chengdu.
Yeah.
And Meng Huo and Zhu Rong, both of them apparently, like, immortal, because in all of these...
Because the non-Mon lands were theoretically sort of off in this corner of China, but...
They always have Meng Huo and Zhu Rong representing them, even if the scenarios are hundreds of years apart.
Yeah.
But, Dongi, his old Dongi, Ma Tang, my boy. Yeah, and Yuan Shao.
Liu Bei is up there, but that's not really like his army. Right?
Well, Liu Bei was like, he and his brothers, like, sort of made their name fighting against the Yellow Turbans, and this is the region of China that they fought in, but he wasn't running his own force. He really, if he's not working for the Gongsun Zan, he should be working for, like, Liu Yao, I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
The point is, yeah, they've got him up here, because he's obviously a much bigger deal than Gongsun Zan and some of those other guys. Zhao Yun starts up here with Gongsun Zan, where he should. It's where it belongs. But, let's go back. Oddly enough, although Yan Liang and Wen Chou definitely make sense as, you know, generals, they did not find a way to, like, cram Zhenji into this. The Empire's game, they try with the historical scenarios to kind of have a little Romance of the Three Kingdoms feel.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, historical accuracy and stuff, but,
they don't try too hard.
They don't try too hard. As far as I can make out, when you win this campaign, the officers who were in your force when you unified China become people that you can use in Gathering of Heroes. I think that's how it works. And then you can play the Dong Zhuo scenario where the Yellow Turbans are gone. Yuan Shao is up here in the north. Dong Zhuo is the largest force in China. He's got Zhang Liao, he's got Lu Bu and Jiao Chan. He doesn't have them in the previous scenario, actually. They hadn't joined him yet.
Yeah.
But he's got those guys in his force. He's got the largest force in China and the force that held the imperial capital at the time. Ma Tang is still hanging around up there. Ma Chao is too young to be one of his officers yet. Cao Cao is still here. Liu Bei has moved, but is still around. You know, stuff's going on.
Yeah, but this is sort of like...
Sun Jin is now down here.
Yeah.
Liu Biao now has, well, he only has that one piece of territory. And the non-Mons are still there, guess what? And you can come down here to Divided Land. Now we're getting into Dong Zhuo has fallen. This is like one of my favorite places to play Romance of the Kingdoms from. Lu Bu has his own force. But Cao Cao is going to defeat him. Liu Bei. This is like the White Gate Castle. The fall of Lu Bu happens around this time. You got Yuan Shao, Gongsun Zan. There's like, yeah, this is what I feel bad for. Guys like him.
Yeah.
Just the ruler is just like standing around by himself. Doesn't have anybody working
general
for him.
with him.
Ma Chao and Pang De are both now working for Ma Tang.
Yeah.
Liu Zhang has got a little bit more going on than he used to have. Liu Biao.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit more, including Gan Ning, but he still doesn't have Liu on yet. Sun Ce has taken over Wu, which isn't really called Wu yet. But things are pretty much unchanged down here, except they now have a Huainan. Yeah, I guess I'll just take you through all of them. Might as well at this point, but you know, you get the idea.
I think you passed by one, but oh no, maybe not. Yeah, never mind. I was divided my head there.
Huandu, this is basically after Lu Bu has fallen. It appears that the two forces who are powerful enough to have a chance are Yuan Shao and Cao Cao. The way this game lays it out, it looks like Cao Cao is the most powerful force in China. He's not. The fact that he was able to beat Yuan Shao was something of a surprise. He was expected to lose in the confrontation between those two armies. Zhen Ji is now hanging around.
So, like, Yuan Shao's glorious banner just wasn't...
Yuan Shao was basically the warlords vying for China after the fall of Dong Zhuo. Yuan Shao was the one who was kind of supposed to win. And,
he was the favorite.
Yeah, he was
the odds-on. Vegas odds makers are going with Yuan Shao.
Now I'm trying to see. You got Gan Ning here for Liu Biao. No Liu Kang though. Wei Yan and Huang Zhang working for him.
But okay, Wu is starting to expand a little bit.
And we got now it's like a full-fledged force, but still Meng Huo and Zhulong basically.
Well,
then we got the latest starting point you can have. For some reason,
which the land is not entirely, but pretty much divided into three.
When Chu gobbles up these territories,
The land will be.
that'll be Shu. Wu basically has to take these two territories. This is kind of the region, if you've been watching the Dynasty Warrior 7 Wu story, like Wu Ling, and this is like the part of the country, Jiangling. This is the area where Wu and Shu had their difficulties. And Ma Chao's forces are still around at this point, or Ma Teng. And Zhang
Ma Chao.
These guys are still chilling out doing that thing. But basically the point is that Gathering of Heroes was a scenario we actually wanted to play, so sorry for talking all that time.
I mean,
and
it's good to show people what they could do.
Yeah, this
is just sort of
ways you could play.
It's not as though there are like historical events that happen in this, so it doesn't really matter that much that
now there's all sorts of different guys that we could have as our leader. I think Dao Qiao could be the leader of the group that's going to take over the world. Jiao Chen or Jian Wei could both take over. Gan Ning, my dog. Ma Chao.
No.
They all work for Ma Teng. Pang Day, the Autobot chief. Pang Tong, his cousin.
Hey, it's Shamok. That guy that was some kind of...
He kills Gan Ning.
Yeah, that's claimed fame.
Sun Tzu, Sun Jin, Sun Li. Hey, Shuang.
Shang
Jiang could run her own
So there's Shang Jiang.
I think we decided vaguely that we were going to make Xing Cai be the leader of our force. Xu Huang could arrive.
She has a taunt ability. Or so does Cao Cao.
I don't really know what that means. I think it impacts the way that other forces react in this mode. But
I mean, it might be fun to unify the world under Cao Cao too, but I don't really know whether or not that matters that much.
Well, because the other thing is that we could unify the land under Liu Bei is always an option. But Liu Biao, Liu Chan.
Oh, Liu Shan.
Do it under Liu Shan. Could do it under.
It's like I could totally do this. He did it all. I mean, like, you know, it's just like in your Let's Play of Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11. I mean, it was all Liu Shan. I mean, there was no...
He was basically the guy there.
He was basically the guy who unified China. That was all him.
Liu Zhang. I'm surprised. Lu Gong? Oh, I was looking for a specific guy who doesn't appear we can use.
I hope he shows up randomly and we get to...
I don't think we can use Liu Kong.
No, but...
Liu Kong. Well, let's go ahead and do Xing Cai as our leader. But what we were going to do is basically just have generic officers that we were going to play as, because you don't really get to use generic officers that much, and it's kind of fun conceptually. Now, the way it works, you can have 6 officers in any area, but only 3 of them can be playable, and then you have their sub-officers. Yeah. So if we wanted to play as, part of the problem is if we wanted to play, if we wanted to play, we could, I guess we could have 3 playable generals, and then we would just play as the sub-generals or something, but for the most part, yeah, you gotta, we'd have to be playing, we have to just bring in a bunch of,
I think
generics.
It would make sense. I mean, although this is obviously not all about making sense, it would make sense if there were at least people that theoretically would have, you know, at least within this Dynasty Warriors universe, made sense to have, oh, we do have some, they do have edited
officers, K-Dog.
They're wrong edited characters, but
K-Dog,
this is a different K-Dog. You may by now have seen the, yeah.
I mean, Zhang He. We have Guan Ping be in the force also.
Guan Ping be in the force, and Zhang Fei could be in the force. And it is nice to have created officers to fall back on if things start going really terribly, but...
that's true, that's true. We can go with Guan So, who would be playable in Dynasty Warriors 7, but isn't in this game. We'll go with... Now, here's the problem. There's 2 Zhang Baos. I'm pretty sure this is the one who's supposed to be Xing Cai's brother, but I'm not positive about that. We'll go ahead and have
Zhang Bao be one of them.
That
Zhang Bao be the one. Okay.
And Guan So and Guan Xing. And we don't have... If we want to start with only one territory, we can't have Guan Yu. That's the product. We can't have Guan Yu because we'd have to start with more than one territory to have room for Guan Yu in our force.
That's
so we'll just have to.
We'll have to hopefully find him later on, and hopefully he'll be like, yeah, I want to come hang out with you guys, brother. So yeah, we got a little selecting an unoccupied territory will allow you to create a new force.
So a map will be on manual. Difficulty can be normal. Experience. Begin using officer and weapon data in previous games. No, we're going to start from scratch. Time load. Assuming the time will end the game. No. Edit officers. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, like our edited officers, the ones that are on this card are not the ones that we would have created anyways.
Yeah. So you're not going to recognize Vulture, Joe, and JG Mystery
They're
as
not gonna be
available.
in there. Annex. Taking a force's capital gains all areas that force controls.
Right.
So that's
well. There's a couple different ways to do
that
it.
would make you were saying that would make the game a lot quicker if you used.
Yes, the game is much faster if you take over. If you have this rule in effect, isolate means basically if you isolate the capital and take it, you take over the whole place. And then no, you really do have to take every single piece one at a time. I usually go with isolate.
Alright.
Officer limit max. Nope.
Big max. Force can have as many as 150 officers.
Officer death. Do not die except in events. I'm trying to remember what that means. If you're
I think that means that if an officer gets defeated in battle, they have a chance of dying, as opposed to like.
I'm trying to remember. Officers die in the game due to old age or execution. Yeah, you can't execute officers unless you have yes selected. So when you capture officers, you have a chance to execute them, which I think we should keep.
Well, yeah.
And we're ready to go.
Clearly,
will you begin with these settings? Xing Cai gathering of heroes. Absolutely, it's time for Xing Cai to get a final hand. Why the hell not?
It's time for Xing Cai.
Could have been Cao Cao. Could have been. I just wish it could be Liu Kong, but apparently he's not an option. I thought he would be.
We were totally gonna wreck those toys. Got something to say?
I accept my role. I will build this small force into the strongest possible.
I know my role and shut my mouth.
What? We don't get to go.
I gotta spin a weapon around and inspire you and stuff. That's weird.
I shall protect the future of our land.
No, were we all supposed to do that too, or
should we be wearing little short skirts?
They all shouted without moving.
I just realized we shouldn't have. I should have removed Guan Jing and put in Liu Shan. I screwed up. It's not too late to redo it, but it doesn't really make a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
wow, there are. Yeah, we are a tiny force in this large land.
There's
here.
like one really big force in the middle of this.
Yeah,
and everybody starts out with 6 officers. Cao Cao. Oh crap.
Man. It's going to be really disorienting to see Cao Cao
red at Cao Cao land. Gan has his own massive army, which includes Zhuge Liang as his main strategist, of course.
It also makes sense that his territory would be in the interior of China.
I like that Sun Jiao has a force which includes Pang Tong and Zhang Liao. Okay. Lu Bu is not running the show. He's working. He's a loyal servant of Ma Jun.
With Zhang Mensheng.
Yes. Huang Gai is down there. Ling Tong and Gan Ning will have to become allies before this whole thing's over.
Okay,
Ma Chao has got his own force, and actually is in Ma Chao land. He's got
that one sort of makes some sense there. I'm talking about all these like I know a whole lot about. Okay, Yuan Shao, that would be where he will be too.
Yeah,
he'd have a larger. Wait, Zhu Shu is a great leader of men. Okay.
Including Lu Su is like a strategist for Dong Shuo. Yue Ying and Zhuge Liang are different forces.
Well, they apparently never met.
Deng Ai works for Sima Yi. That kind of makes sense. But no, this is going to be a problem here.
Yuan Shao is a member of that force.
This could potentially be very bad.
So, Consult.
So
Zhang Fei tells you to do.
form an alliance with Cao Cao. That might be pretty wise, actually.
And actually, this is I guess part of the thing that you need to mention. It like you have what gold? Like these actions all cost a certain amount of gold.
Yes.
And you get to do 2 if your advisors advise 2 things that you want to do. If you pick one thing yourself,
Yeah,
you
can
only
you
get
can
to do 1, right?
you can go in and do a sign, and then you get to pick something, and it just takes up your action.
Yeah.
And they still cost money, but if you go up to consult, then you get to take 2 turns per one, but you have to do the things that these guys told you to do.
Essentially, like, they come up and they say, hey, you should form an alliance, and you should produce stuff, and you're like, that's a good idea, why don't you do that?
Pretty much. And then delegate is you pick an officer and tell them,
Get!
and they choose what you do, and I'm not sure why you would ever do this, other than if you think that it will increase the morale or something. I don't know how that works. But we're going to go and we are going to listen, oddly enough. Xing Cai wants to show benevolence by distributing a large sum of gold amongst the people. That actually is, if you're trying to get like the good ending, you need to do that.
Okay.
But Zhang Fei's idea is that we make an alliance with Cao Cao, the biggest, most dangerous force, and improve our defense. Actually makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
If Guan Ping wants to give us the call reserves, basically that just means something we can't select on our own. These are all things that we start out by default we can do, but Guan Ping would be giving us access to a new thing we can do in the future, where you boost troop strength in mid-battle using the call reserves command. And also Bladesmith, which is increase the tech level, Bricksmith, blah blah blah. There's 3 different kinds of weapon.
And here are the weapons, well, there are officers.
Some people have spear, some people have, well, he also has spear. And some, looks like,
Everyone in this, well, Guan Ping wouldn't be a spearman, would he?
no, he wouldn't, but we were going to play as the generics.
Yes.
Or we're going to see if it'll let us. I think you might have to only have generics in a territory before you can do it, but they all have spears. So we would actually want to improve our spears. As it turns out, Xing Cai's weapon is classified as a spear.
So
Everyone except
Guan Ping is a spearman.
Which is why it's kind of
Or
weird
spear
that
lady.
he wants to improve blades, which are what he does.
Yes.
He wants to improve spears, which is what most of the army does. Zhang Fei actually wants to do something that makes the most sense in my mind.
Yes.
Just leave it to me.
Honey.
Offensive Chengdu has been increased.
All right.
Alright, leave me alone. Yeah. So, Cao Cao agreed to the
Alliance. In this game, as I was telling Bobo off camera, part of what makes this not be a great strategy simulation game is that when you use Alliance commands, the other side always agrees to the Alliance, which basically means you can completely control the, like, if you're willing to go through the boring, patient gameplay, you can basically completely control how every force responds to you.
Yes.
So do we want to try to invade a territory here?
We actually can't invade any territory.
We can invade here.
Oh, we can? Oh, I didn't see the road that went down there.
It's there.
Oh, sweet.
We're passing through their territory. Which
Oh, but that's okay, because we're allies.
I don't know how that will work.
We're
But yeah,
all
we can invade this
exactly
territory if we
friends.
want, or we can just continue to build our territory.
Maybe we should, let's make our empire groweth.
Immediately. Oh, why?
Well, because that doesn't actually open us up on any more sides, does it? We can move all our main generals down there if we have an alliance with Cao Cao. Okay, yeah, for your main generals, yeah, you have to do those guys.
Hold on. So... Oh man, I'm not sure that we didn't mess this up. If we want to play as generics, we might not be able to do that.
Oh man.
You might have to jump in. When you get to select who you want to play as.
Yeah.
When you jump in.
Oh, when do I jump in?
I'm not sure exactly when you're jumping.
I've fought many battles in my day. Maybe it's time to show these whelps how to fight.
Maybe not though.
Jump in from here, maybe.
Yeah,
you
join
might
the
be able
battle.
to, you might not have to pick.
Nope, I have
you gotta
to
pick
pick
one of those
Guan Ping or Zhang Fei.
Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to, maybe in future battles, we'll use Guan Jing, Guan Tso, and Zhang Bao. Once we have 2 territories, we'll be able to spread things around a little bit and have more control over it.
But for now, I haven't had a chance to play as Zhang Fei as a character in a long time, and I just got through doing the Muso of Guan Ping. Well, not just, but recenter than that.
No really weapons to work with. This is the first battle. We don't have any items to distribute.
We don't have any horses. Don't have any bodyguards, but I guess you don't have bodyguards in this version.
We have to defeat the enemy ruler or take the enemy main camp. Units.
Although conveniently there are exactly 2 paths to get through this area, so we can just both clear through and make sure not to let anybody by.
They've got plenty of morale.
Well, they do have, well no, we've got roughly the same number of, even number of forces, it looks like. Ah, but this is one of the fun things about this game. You get to choose what your music is, if you sort of feel like it. Yeah.
The extended ridiculous mix.
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied to the ring by Cao Cao.
Now what we got here, folks, is it's gonna be kind of a long video, it looks like, but
yeah. I mean, we could
kind of how it works is you see these bases and the paths linking them. It seems different from previous games. You have to make a path of like controlled bases. It's like supposed to be simulating supply lines, I suppose. But you've got to have a path of bases that they're all under your control, leading from your base to the enemy main camp before you can take the enemy main camp. And taking the enemy main camp is the way you win battles most of the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, you'll see us once we get into action, but
that's good.
So I guess
we should have checked to see where we both started, respectively.
I think we're both going to start in about the same place, but
nope, you start in the north. I start in the main camp.
Well, I'll go ahead and take the northern path.
All right.
But you'll see, folks, that
we move to the attack. We must take the enemy base.
And boxes really don't mean much of anything in this game.
There is danger to my rear. Can someone aid me? I will handle it.
I will handle your rear, Guan Ping.
To the attack.
I wanted to handle.
No, my rear.
All right. I'm going to attack that base then.
But your officers, you can kind of order them what to do to a certain extent.
Overrun that base. All right. I'm going to attack that base.
There's a lot of little weird differences in this game. You can go in and give your guys individual orders and try to tell like Guan Ping, attack unit, attack Huangai, whatever, and and like that background thing that never really made a lot of sense when you're playing the game, like how did the forces when you're not in battle interact with each other, is a little bit more important in this game.
Yeah.
But the big thing to remember is that anytime you take a healing item to restore your health, you lose troops in your unit.
So essentially, you're cannibalizing your.
Good luck if you think
It's weird how it works, but it's like you want to use as little healing items as possible because it impacts your armor negatively. Oh, wow. This place counts as a base. So suddenly they've got awesome power-up. To take over a base, you have to defeat all the guard captains who will occasionally regenerate, and any officers of the enemies who are in the base.
Enemy officer defeated.
There we go. Come on, Shenpei.
So taking bases is much harder in this game than it is in other games, but it's a lot more important too.
Did I let hey there, potential son-in-law, who's not actually a son-in-law, but
I shall teach you the basics of strategy.
And defeating officers in this game, they come back. They withdraw temporarily and then just return to the battle after a set amount of time. And then the more troops you have in your army, the more often they are allowed. You see the numbers that are like next to the morale meters, 3 for us, 4 for them? That's the number of times you are allowed to basically spontaneously regenerate an officer. It's weird the way it works, but generally, if you are good at Dynasty Warriors, you know, you will do well.
Quan Ping is using the steel assault. Hey,
there were 2 peoples. And one of them is being assaulted. Now I gotta take over this base.
I have gained control of the base.
I'll take this base, thank you. Alright.
No, get back here, you son of a...
Son of a bitch, dumb son of a bitch.
So you must be looking for trouble.
I mean, officer kills don't really matter so much in this game as far as like here.
Well, I mean, you do need to... Defeating officers is good, because you can't take bases when officers are around. Enemy officers around, and
I must retreat.
but yeah, you have to defeat officers a lot of times over. But there's fewer officers per map, because there's only going to be 6 officers at most per side. And if you're attacking an enemy ruler's home base, the ruler himself will not appear until you've built a path to his camp, which is why we have 6 officers, but they only have 4 on the map right now. Because we are actually attacking the main capital of a force that also only has 1 guy. So it's kind of a race against the clock, especially when you're on the attack.
But the fact that I am still trying to take over the first base.
Move to the attack. Overrun that base.
I can't find the...
Ooh, Dong Tunan can be captured. That's another thing.
In here.
I'm gonna go pound on an enemy.
Sometimes you defeat an officer, they can be captured.
Pound on an enemy.
And I don't understand sometimes exactly what controls it, but it has to do with morale and whether they're out beyond their supply line and stuff. But when there's a little weird red field around them, that means that if they are defeated while that's in effect, they will be captured. It means that you get a chance to recruit them or execute them if you feel like it. Attempt to recruit them anyway. You're not automatically going to recruit them.
Come on, where? Not gaining this base for some reason.
Enemy officer captured.
There's one more guard captain or somebody.
There he is.
Alright, I'm going to attack that base.
Feels like I've beaten a million of these guys, but it might just be because... There we go. At last, Zhang Fei, you have taken a base.
We move to the attack. We must take the enemy base.
Alright, Quan Ping.
Gather together now.
We gather together
My
to
different situation
destroy their
demands.
bases.
I shall teach you the
Tomorrow belongs to me.
Concentrate on the defense. Forward to the attack.
I can't make up my mind. Attack. We must take the enemy base.
Move to the attack. Overrun that base. Alright, I'm going to attack that base.
I don't know why Huang Gai has not come back out to attack us again.
I'm
But,
going to attack that base there.
The guard captain here? No.
This base is mine.
This base can be...
The tide has shifted in our favor.
I would say so, my buddy.
Think you can take it?
Uh-oh,
wondering where
where's
he
your
is.
Huang Gai?
We must take the enemy base.
That is what we are planning on doing there.
I have gained control of the base.
I have gained control of one thing. I'm in the base.
I would say that you and your forces are, you and yours seem to be advancing a lot faster than I am,
I'm going to attack that base.
well, I've got like a lot of guys with me, although they're
I've got Quan Ping.
I'm going to attack that base.
I've got the other, like, you know, name
dark meat.
officer.
Now,
Yeah.
attack!
I'm capturing lots of generics. It's just nice. Although you have to pay them when you capture them, so... Like, you don't have to pay... once an officer's in your force, you do not pay a certain amount of gold per turn to keep them. But when you first recruit somebody, it does seem to cost money.
Stay focused
Why
on the
not? I'm just
matter
trying to
at hand.
escape.
Enemy officer captured.
They're fighting. Okay, they're fighting over here, so there's probably a guard captain somewhere over here.
Yeah, but we're on the
Sure enough.
end is near.
Crush
I'll take this base. Thank you. Hey, it's Quan Ping.
We move to the attack. We must take the enemy base.
Sounds good.
But they're just ignoring Huang Gai over here. Oh, and if you get defeated in battle, your officers all get captured, so don't get defeated in battle, folks.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pound on an enemy.
Any enemy in particular, or just... There's food over here.
What happened to Huang Gai? Oh, where's the food?
It's right here. See me?
Yeah.
Turn around.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've probably wasted quite a few, let me see something here.
Our forces, although...
Some of those joint forces. Yeah, I'm the only one in our army's lost troops other than Guangzhou, but Huang Gai's pretty much out. I thought I had him captured, but...
Yeah, he's very near death.
We have a chance to win this.
Really? You think?
If they're so weak as to die,
It's supposed to be building up your, confidence, and I'm just like, really?
Is there anything I should be doing specifically to make sure that I capture officers that I defeat, or...?
No, I mean, like I said, when they've got that little red thing going around them, you capture them and you defeat them.
I accidentally took a life item.
I'm going to attack that base then.
It's such a waste of good men.
Shifted in our favor.
I've like taken quite a bit of damage during this fight, it seems like. But
Yeah. I'm moving a lot slower, apparently, but I'm not taking as much damage.
this officer is mine.
He's a kept officer.
Work well together.
trying to find Huang Gai. Like, he was ready to be captured, and it was kind of...
Is this base ours? Hey, honey.
We did.
I sure am proud of your, endeavor to conquer China.
Well, thanks, Dad. I'm sure I'm glad that you're not demanding to be in charge of this army. Just because we're my dad, no.
There's one guy.
Charge the enemy! Do not let them get set!
So there's all sorts of...
The end is near! Right. I'm gonna go pound on an enemy.
Sorry, I'm having
Crush them
he
beneath
turned into
us.
food.
Move to the attack! Overrun that base!
we take this base, then the entire territory will...
Attack that base!
The Book of Love will open up and let us in.
Alright, I'm going to attack that base then. My lord, we'd like to help.
My sweet lord.
Officer is mine.
Oh, the peasant army come up? Yes, one guy got captured.
We move to the attack. We must
It happened a while ago, but it's just... The voices are not able to keep up.
With all the action.
It's too much
I have gained control of the base.
Alright, honey.
Daddy really did it, but, you know, he kind
Dang it, I
of...
accidentally took another meat bun.
Don't worry about it too much.
Oh, it looks like some officers have snuck past us.
Move to the attack!
Or there's some little pockets of forces. They're not necessarily...
Yeah, the enemy ruler is all that's left. So
Okay, well.
we will take over his territory if we knock him outside of his own base, so that he doesn't count as a little red dot inside of it, and take over the base. But it will be simple to defeat him.
Plans on losing here today.
Alright, I'm going to attack that base.
I have no plans on losing today, so I'm not going to attack the base, because I figure that's a losing proposition.
We move to the attack. We must take the enemy base.
Such impressive skill!
Tide has shifted in our favor.
You could say that, Quan Bang. He's a nice kid, a bit simple, but,
He likes my cool intellect, but
yes.
hey, so does everybody else who isn't
The
me.
enemy! Do not let them
You know what I'm
get set!
saying?
I can understand where you're at.
Right, I'm gonna go pound on an enemy.
Come on, Chung Yu Jong.
over your main base, dude? Yes, we took over the main camp while
Oh, but he was like almost dead, and he had little red.
Well, we'll probably
auras
capture him
around
anyway.
him.
I think we were capturing the last of his territory. It's nowhere to run to, baby.
Oh, okay, well, that works out then.
We'll see how it works.
We got some items. That's kind of weird.
I forgot about that.
Hey, you got a little bit of attack.
Didn't get a lot of experience out of that, but
Oh, and you can add abilities to your Whoppet. I mean, Phil is worth it. I mean, Bo, just 'cause you don't have anything else right now.
I don't really know if other people get to add it too, or
Oh,
no,
well,
I'm
you
gonna
got
keep
a
this one.
significantly better.
Well, this is from
Longboard
this is from a different. We're not using that on the memory card or whatever.
Oh.
Oh, player 2. Okay, so never mind. These have to be given to that character. So you got 3 attributes that you could potentially add to Zhang Fei's weapon.
More power.
Just add them all. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. And then
Yeah.
pick the bottom one.
Yes, because they're just keeping one for the memory card, but we're not actually. You don't actually have access to that. That's just something we earned in a previous play.
Yay, look at our guys.
I got 2 more points than you. Apparently.
Yes, but I have many more troops. Oh, you leveled up double time.
So
Also
did you.
Sweet. And so our empire groweth.
Our empire has grown to 2 spots. Jiangning is now under the control of Xing Cai. Xing Cai is now able to employ 12 officers.
Our guys are taken prisoner, so it's
Shenpei, Huainan, Dong Tuna, Liang Jing, and Qin Yu Qiang. We'll hire everybody who's willing to work for us.
Do they ever, like, refuse?
Yes, they do sometimes refuse.
He does not seem to have done so. Shenpei, come on. Ahoy no. Ahoy ahoy.
Even their ruler agreed to join us, so that's probably good.
Yeah.
So now we have to figure out where we're going to put people. I'm going to suggest that we put, like... Hold on.
If we're going to have one name, like one actual, like, playable, or, you know, his own moveset guy in the new territory. Just because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our original starting point will be guarded by these
auxiliaries.
for the most part. But let's put Zhang Bao up here so that I can
So
actually,
he's the ruler.
so that he will be the ruler. You can be Guan Suo, and Huang Gai will be hanging around with us as a playable dude, and then we'll have a bunch of non-mon officers bagging us up, and these generics who are not Guans. Yeah, so we'll launch our next attack out of here, and I get to be Zhang Bo, and you get to be Guan So. It'll be awesome.
You get to be Guan Peng's brother.
In the spring of the year 210, Jun Yu Qiang was defeated and disappeared from the view of history.
Our first victory! However, we cannot afford to sit around and enjoy it.
I think we can, folks. I think we can, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Highness has rewarded you with an imperial office. I trust you will honor your emperor by accepting his gracious offer.
It is more than I deserve.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, exactly. I deserve all sorts of cool things, but you don't. Hey, now she's the governor. In Birmingham, I met the governor.
And her force income will increase, and that she will be able to move more objects with her mind, or whatever.
Yes, with the incredible power of the force. So apparently, the last time I was playing this game a long time ago
It
was
on
either
hard
Ling
mode
Tong
playing it.
or K-Dogs. But we're gonna go ahead and save the game, and I guess we're gonna call it a video here, folks.
Alright.
So yeah, it was probably a pretty long video. We're just giving you a little introduction to the world of DW5 Empires. When we come back, we'll probably take over some territories that aren't Cao Cao. Let's try to gather a little strength first, but man, it's a big fat chunk of the map that he's already holding.
Yep.
Could be kind of dangerous, could be difficult. We'll deal with it next time. Well, probably not in the next video, but we'll deal with it in the future. Anyway, folks, this has been Serious JG
and Bobo the Vulture.
and we want to thank you very much for watching.
Bye now.